Whoa, hello today and welcome to Torment Numenera. We're going to go and take a look at this game and see what it's all about. I've never played it before, but I've always wanted to, and now it's on Game Pass, so we're going to enjoy it. I don't know why I'm talking like that, and I apologize. Will I be female or male? I'm feeling male today. Let's rock it.
Your mind wakes in darkness.
Oh!
Aching cold sets into an unfamiliar body. A distant howling surrounds you, louder with each passing second. Insistent and invisible hands slap and tear at the membrane that protects you.
Hold up! Hold up, this game is fully voiced? This game is full... Hold up! I really wish I knew where the volume control function device, it's gone. I can't find it. We're gonna move on. Let's keep going. Dude, this is awesome. Let's go.
The first emotion is an involuntary and formless panic. You feel you have forgotten something important. As if it once meant the world to you, but the details slip away as you grasp at them. You force your eyes open.
I was definitely paying attention and not still looking for something. Anyway, let's see here, and let's see, I forced my eyes open. Do I want to look at my body or look around? I will look around myself, please.
A cocoon surrounds you. Even as you look, a minor rent in its side tears open, and the howling wind forces its way inside.
Ooh, this sounds terrible. I don't want to be born.
It rips away, gone before you can grab it, spinning you into a dizzying tunnel. You are falling, the world many kilometers beneath you. You catch a glimpse of a curved horizon, and also the ground beneath you that is approaching deceptively quickly.
Oh no!
A small moon is slowly collapsing in upon itself. A corona of acid green and black energy playing around its edges.
Huh. That seems bad.
It buffets you and burns your eyes, but you don't need to see the details of the faraway ground to know you're in serious trouble. You
Yeah.
will survive a fall from this stratospheric height. A part of your frantic mind babbles that technically probably fell from a thermospheric height.
Ooh, I'm smart.
Struggle to stay focused as the ground rushes toward you.
Wow, that actually gets quite loud once once the voice dialogue stops. Okay, look at the horizon. I struggle to stay focused as the ground rushes towards me. All right, what do squirrels do? Squirrels always land on their feet and can fall from any height, and they do something to do that. They focus on a point on the ground and use it to, they always have their head pointing in one direction or something like that, right? Try to judge how far it is to the ground, flatten out to catch the wind, dive toward the ground. You know what? Instinct, flatten out to catch the wind. Slow yourself down, give yourself at least an extra couple of seconds to think.
Instinctively, you spread your arms and legs, and they respond sluggishly. You stop tumbling head over heels.
Excellent.
You are still spinning laterally.
That's okay.
Is calmed as well, and you have space to assess your situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Understand the predicament and the body in which you find yourself.
Exactly. Yeah, dude, I'm all in on this game already. Let's go.
Below you, you see a large landmass. A massive ocean dominates the rest of the visible globe, dotted here and there with island chains. Small moons, unusual structures, and strange machines rush past you in glittering profusion as you plummet toward the ground.
I have to reread that, so I apologize for me to grasp what it was really saying. So that's something that does happen to me sometimes, especially in games with a lot of like reading and a lot of dialogue and stuff like that, and story-based things. There's sometimes I will read something or hear something and like literally cannot process it with my brain. I can't remember it. Like you can tell me something and literally it's just gone instantaneously. So I will like read a paragraph and it will just disappear. I'm not looking at it right now. I can't tell you what it says. I remember there was something about machines, but I also just looked at it when I looked away to make sure I didn't accidentally read anything. I saw the word machines. So maybe that's why I'm thinking that. And I do remember, I guess that's about it. But anyway, I don't know what it is, so sometimes I have to like reread a paragraph like 4 or 5 times. Does anything like that ever happen to you? If it does, please let me know. Like, what is that? Is my brain broken? Below you, you see a large landmass. Okay. So I am falling on the ground. I remember there was water, so I'm not gonna hit the water, unfortunately. A massive ocean dominates the rest of the visible globe. So I'm falling from very, very far up. Dotted here and there with island chains. So I'm can see island chains. I am so high in the air. I am like real high. Small moons. Okay, so I can see moons off in the, dude, I'm getting quite the view. I'm like falling from like the edge of space here. Unusual structures and strange machines rush past you in glittering profusion as you plummet toward the ground. So am I on the edge of space? Are they talking about like satellites? Are there like satellites up in the sky or space stations and stuff? And I'm like, okay, so my options, sorry, I'm thinking and not reading. Try to remember what happened. That could be very useful. Look at this body. Not important at the moment. Until the body can serve a purpose for me, and it doesn't seem like I can fly, that doesn't help me. I would like to study the world. I want to know what is going on around me. What is happening? I'm not gonna like crash into something, am I?
This appears to be a huge megacontinent, the only land of any size on this side of the world at least. Great inland seas and lakes dot the land, and curiously, regular mountain ranges march up and down and across. You are falling toward what looks to be a great bay, a sprawling city perched on its shore just to the north.
Now you see that this appears to be, or wait, was it like planes? Was I falling past like planes and like blimps and stuff? Okay. Now you see that this appears to be, I'm sorry, I have to reread this one again, I'm so sorry. Now you see that this appears to be a huge megacontinent, the only land of any size, great inland seas dot the land. Curiously, the regular mountain ranges march up and down and across. You are falling toward what seems to be a great bay, okay.
North and east, you see a broad plain scattered with curious structures, visible even from this height. The northeastern portion of this land looks to be a desert, a strange blue dot like an eye in its exact center. It seems to hold a city in its watery grasp. To its west is a ring of huge mountains surmounted by enormous carved peaks spewing magma into a central catch basin. What concerns you most right now is the bay below you. It's coming at you quickly.
Okay. Options. Try to slow the descent even more. I don't think I'm gonna have a lot of options for that. Try to remember what happened. Look at this body, give up and dive. Interesting. Okay, how about we look at our body? What can we do anything?
Of your outstretched figure, you're wearing a black body-hugging suit of some sort. Your skin is light brown, and you seem to have 5 fingers on each hand. A good set of muscles helps control your fall. Not bulky, but well-toned. But you can't examine yourself too closely without losing the little stability you've gained in the fall.
Okay, I do not. Although I have this suit, right? I have this suit. Okay, if I try, do I have like a limited number of options before I die, or can I try to remember what happened and then sacrifice stability? You know what? Sacrifice stability for a closer look.
In for a closer look as the air once again takes hold of you. Your hands are soft but scarred. They were not used for manual labor, but they've clearly seen some hard use. You have fresh wounds, as if from acid, and when you run your hands over your hair, you hiss in pain as you find a burnt and bubbled portion of your scalp. The ground is getting closer at an alarming rate.
Gross. I was hoping I had like a parachute or something. I didn't. Do something, anything is kind of how I'm feeling at the moment. Try to remember what happened. Maybe I'm in a suit that will save me. Please.
A feeling of fear and exhilaration. And you are jolted from your recollection. An enormous pain crashes through your body. The sound of an energy cycle suddenly thrown out of tune and spiraling rapidly upward. And then, darkness.
What? I'm alive. Nice. Okay, first off, hold up. Send me to the options. By the way, there was no option for subtitles, so I assume everything that's spoken. I would like the voice volume up just a smidge. I want their voices to really pop. Save and close. Let's interact. Game saved. Look at this, dude, I look cool. Jumbled thoughts cloud your head as you study the empty bowl before you. Drops of liquid fall from the ceiling, spattering on the ground next to the bowl. The light from every drop is reflected in the bowl's rounded hollow as if it hungers for that light and needs to be filled. Yet the bowl remains dry. Another drop falls from the ceiling and splashes across the pylons, wasted. Might carefully move the bowl beneath the liquid. Examine the bowl, leave the bowl alone. Let's examine the bowl. You trace your fingers over the slippery, overlapping scales that spiral up from the bottom of the bowl. The sharp-toothed rim plucks at your skin. It's going to be tricky to move this bowl without slicing your fingers on the edge. You might have to put some effort into it. Reflected light streaks across the surface of the bowl as another droplet falls from the ceiling. Leave the bowl alone. Can I go anywhere else? No. I must... Hey, here's something. Metal waves roll over the floor below, sending vibrations through the soles of your boots. Now, is there a button that tells me... Whoa, whoa! Attempt to become hidden, plus 10% on attacks. Cannot be directly targeted. Removed by most actions, such as attacks and esoteries. Line of sight and distance from enemies affects the difficulty. Defended by willpower. Consumes movement. Unavailable. Only used during combat. Okay, so if I hit right bumper and left bumper, it shows me what is available around me, I guess. We will move the bowl. You've encountered your first task. You have 3 stat pools: might, speed, and intellect. You can spend to increase your chances of success. This is called using effort. To more easily move the bowl in front of you, use left stick to spend might for a higher level of effort. Don't worry if you fail this task. In Torment, what a name, man. Torment. Failure often results in interesting outcomes. Wonderful. So I can spend some of these points and get better odds all the way up to 100% or 60. It kind of seems like I have to move this bowl. But we will find out and not use any. Details. Actually, base difficulty 45%. Last cast off modifiers. You have thoroughly investigated the bowl. Plus 15%. Test total modifiers plus 15%. That's so cool. I really like RPGs and RPG mechanics. They make me very happy. This pleases me to no end. Okay, let's go. I'm wasting so much time. Hey, I did it. Continue. Success. You carefully take hold of the bowl, avoiding the teeth on the serrated rim. With a deep breath, you move it over the glowing pool of fallen light. Is that good? Drop by drop, the bowl fills, ripples spreading over the blurred outline of your reflection. A pale blue luminescence stretches into the corners of the room. Clear radiance spills across the segmented floor, washing away the nearest shadows, pouring into your mind, melting the ragged edges of your fragmented thoughts. You are not whole, not yet, but you have begun to heal from the damage done in your long fall. A voice calls out from somewhere high above, beyond the reaches of the spreading light. Hello? Are you still alive? We're up here. Build a bridge with your mind. I don't know what the last thing said was, but that's just going to be what I assume it is. I'd like to interact with the bowl again. The rippling surface of the bowl shines with its own light. I can overturn the bowl? Do it. When you touch it, you feel a strange tightness in your head and soon discover that the bowl is far too heavy to move now. Even the attempt makes your arms ache and temples throb. Leave the bowl alone. Let's go. Yeah, you can't actually, hold on. Is there? I'm looking at that. Hold on, can I make that go away? And I'm trying to see if right bumper and left bumper actually makes these things show up, but I don't know if they do. My interactable thing, sorry. As soon as you touch the orb, a memory floods your mind. You stand in front of a rusted door. The air is humid and dank. You've had a moment's respite from this waterlogged hell. Bubble of stale air, your resting point. A bubble of stale air, your resting... Oh, you've breathed water before, and you've lived decades beneath the waves, but this body's an air breather, and the constant pressure has been crushing you ever so subtly. Worse, your companion's mind seems to be wandering from the task at hand. He's a genius with machines, as you well know, but now he seems distracted. The device in his hands is covered in knobs, wires, and antennas. He believes it can get the two of you through the corroded door, but he's merely staring at it. Perhaps he's lost faith in his invention, but that is hardly your concern. This mission cannot be delayed and must proceed. Deceive him by telling him that you've heard sounds of pursuit? Threaten him until he returns to the task at hand. This is taking too long. Cast a spell, an esotery, to fix the device yourself. Do that one. You mumble a few words, drawing power from the air around you until a solution appears in your mind. You snatch the device from his hands, rewire it, and shove it back at him. Oh, he says, examining your work. Sorry, I was trying to improve the thing. He waves the device at the door, and the stale air of your bubble freshens as the door swings open. A dark hallway lies beyond, a passage that links the water-bordered cells and the aquatic viewing areas. What you seek lies there. Moments later, you're underwater again, your hands closing around a strange yet familiar artifact. You need it to complete something. It hovers above a pedestal, rotating in the dark water. An electric current runs through your fingers as your hand crosses the vertical plane of the pedestal, and an iridescent field coalesces so fast that the wave of pressure dazes you for a moment. The rising pulse of a sonar alarm ripples through the water. The guards won't be far behind. Run, you can come back for it. They won't be able to protect it forever. Disable the sonar pulse. Use a device to stop them, one of the ciphers in your belt. Oh yeah, I want to run because as a person, my instinct is, live to fight another day. However, she wants to do this at all costs. Use the cipher on your belt. You run urgent fingers over the devices fastened to your waist, fog rising in your mind. A few can be used against the guards, but will also turn your skin to synth steel or the surrounding water to boiling wax. Hardly ideal. Finally, you find a small silver sphere. Setting the sphere in place, you kick desperately for the safety of a nearby alcove. The sphere whirls and unfolds into a spiraling vortex. The sphere at its center speaks a few polite words in an ancient language, then begins draining the surrounding water into itself with alarming speed. The approaching guards shout, then scream as they too are sucked into the whirlpool and ripped to pieces. You allow yourself a fleeting smile, but are all too aware that more alarms are going off in the distance. The memory begins to fade as if you were being drawn backward through a tunnel, and you hear more pylons rising from the pit. Something's wrong. The events within the orb have settled into the gap in your mind, but the edges of it are rough, as though the memory itself is not truly yours. There's something else. A gust of sour air is pulling at you, like a predator inhaling the scent of its prey at the far end of a dark, whispering field. It's quite the description. A new bridge. Don't mind if I do. Oh boy, man. I should have probably brought some water or something to drink and sate my thirst. I didn't expect there to be so much narration. This mirror looks strange, as though what you see in it's real and you're the reflection. Oh. Yeah, I don't like that. Dude, I want to make one of those in real life. How cool would that be? How would you do that? Can you? Do you think that's possible? Button? Press the button. Obviously. You stand beside a woman on a verdant crag. Beneath the two of you is a broad plateau towering above the overgrowth far below. Strange machines have been built into the cliffside, presumably for reconnaissance or defense. A metallic disc gleams from the center of the plateau. Your self-aware humanoid machines drill into the base of the cliffs below. If you were looking for a sanctuary, and you were desperately, this seems like the right place. I don't know about this, the woman says, her voice flat, neutral. Her face is turned away from you. What makes this place any more secure than the other ones we've found? Draw our attention to the hidden details that your more experienced eye can clearly see. No, what if she's working with the enemy? Use your charm to persuade her of the merits of the site and to remind her of the time constraints. Convince her with the wisdom of your superior intellect. I don't know how I feel about that. That sounds weird. My guy seems to be a terrible person. Oh, even this one says that my more experienced eye. We will convince her with the wisdom of our superior intellect, I guess. Slight chill enters the air as you describe the potential power of the metallic disc below and the sealed vaults beneath it. She nods. So that's what your servitor machines are doing down there. You've already chosen this as the site, haven't you? She waits for the affirmation and says, all right, I'm convinced. The two of you sketch your plans for the sanctuary, drawing schematics and architectural diagrams. Then you descend onto the plateau to examine the open ground. The woman suggests having one of the servitors build a shelter for your time here. You try to draw one of the constructs away from its task, but it doesn't respond to your voice. When you lay a hand on its shoulder to reinforce your command, it whirls and strikes you across the face with inhuman speed, turns back to its task, ignoring you. Your companion helps you rise, laughter in her eyes. It seems your construct has other ideas. What's the matter with it? Use the Numenera integrated into the construct's body to overwhelm the behavior malfunction. Examine the construct for mechanical faults. Look for a deeper solution. Perhaps it's an effect of the metallic disc itself. A mist falls onto the plateau as you wrap a fiber shielding mesh around the construct's skull. The mesh powers up, protecting the construct's mind from any transdimensional emissions that might be in the area. Taking a deep breath, you repeat your command. Acknowledged. It obediently trundles to the site of your new shelter. The image freezes, then fades, and you feel the memory filling the gap in your mind. Block by jagged block. You stagger, clutching your head. Reclaiming your memories hurts. And once more, there's something else. Hairs lift one by one on the back of your neck. Something beyond this room can sense what you are doing and is hunting you. What on earth is going on? Countless scratches and wounds mar the surface of this door. Someone made a great effort to get inside to no avail. No sign or symbol tells you what might be behind this enormous door. A dull chill radiates from its bronzed, segmented surface, and the thick metal wheel seems frozen into place. The light around the door's frame dims and flares like a roaring fire in a high wind. So I want to imagine that this is some kind of sanctuary for me. My immediate thought is like in the realms of like where you would keep your phylactery if you were a lich, like in Dungeons and Dragons. It's like the thing, like the core of your being, so that even if your body is destroyed completely and you die, you will be remade. You will reform at your phylactery, because that is you, I guess, kind of. And that makes me think of like this must be like important to me somehow. And I immediately think that whatever tried to get in here before, hopefully it wasn't me, but maybe it was. A vision of a city springs up around you, your city, in flames and under attack. Her defenders have fought and died all day, and still the attackers keep coming. They fight as if your destruction were demanded of them. They care nothing for mercy, surrender, or plunder. What they want is blood. It's my city. Okay, so if we're following, I've already forgotten what happened in the very first one. But in the second one, I had the companion, and I started like the sanctuary kind of thing. This must be the city that was like... Huh, I don't know. But you have brought a keen-eyed companion to the top of the tower. She has seen the way to stop the invaders. You need to get her to safety, and you need to rally your defenders. But even as you turn toward the door of the tower, the two of the attackers descend from a hovering machine. You don't have time to strike at them before they land. One is brutishly large, his weapon a vibrating axe. The other is slim, sheathed in glassy armor, and holding a hilt with a sizzling, invisible blade. That's horrifying. Your companion backs away. She's too young to help. Your enemies advance, single file, confined by the parapet. Oh, it's a child? Uh-oh. They're in single file. We're up high. Trade blows with the giant. You can handle it for at least a strike or two. Duck under the giant's swing and attack before he can strike. Fight defensively and figure out who presents the greater threat. Well, who's in front? Huh. Well, I mean, I guess we got no choice. We're gonna fight defensively. The memory seems crystal clear. The giant is menacing, it's true, but the invisible blade of his companion is more worrisome still. The energy field that flickers and waves around it suggests that she can carve matter at the molecular level, tearing pieces of her target into nothingness. If you're to save yourself, your best bet is to tackle her first. She's stuck behind the giant, waiting her turn to attack you, unable to bring her weapon to bear until he's out of the way. But it's clear that she expects him to handle you. Her eyes rove behind you, her focus on your ward. She's certainly not expecting you to dive between the giant's legs and come up inside her guard. She can't bring her blade to bear in time, and you drive your dagger up under her chin. You catch her before her deadly blade drops onto you and spin her around. The weapon slashes into the giant and he topples, bisected. Oh my god, that was awesome! The immediate threat ended. You focus on finding a way back to your allies. You open the tower door and rush down the stairs. The door at the base of the stairs is slightly cracked, opening just a bit into the hall. You hear more of the enemy soldiers beyond. Hurl yourself against the door and knock them to the ground. Crack the door open and sneak past them. Charge through them, counting on your defenses to protect you. What defenses? Door at the base of the stairs is slightly cracked, opening just a bit into the hall, and you hear more of the enemy soldiers beyond. I mean, I feel like knocking them to the ground's a bad idea. If we can sneak past them, that feels like that would be the best thing to do. I wish I knew what my defenses were, because if my defenses were good, like, maybe that's like the most reasonable thing. Like, do I got like robots and stuff that are like gonna come out and like start fighting them? Because that would be awesome. We're gonna try it. You charge through the dim shadows and burst through the doorway, ramming into the nearest soldier. He falls and you rebound nimbly off him. Sorry, I had a sniffle. My apologies. To take a direct hit from his companion's blade. Wait, he falls and you rebound nimbly off of him, only to take a direct hit from his companion's blade. The impact launches you down the hall just as you'd hoped, though the blows make your ears ring. You come to your feet and race on, ignoring the mild ache in your chest. Projectiles skip and spark off the walls around you, and you barely feel the single desperate bolt that deflects off your reinforced backplate. What about the girl? The memory begins to fade and you find yourself back in your own body. Your temples throb with the racing force of your heartbeat, and the reclaimed memories blaze within you. Like a bonfire on a mountain peak, visible to every predator for kilometers around. A tremor rocks the floor beneath you as though a massive fist has struck the room itself, swaying on your feet. You see frantic movement within the borders of the mirror at the edge of the room. Your temples throb with the racing force of your heartbeat, and the reclaimed memories blaze within you like a bonfire on a mountain peak. Every predator for the kilometer. Your temples throb with the racing force of your heartbeat, and the reclaimed memories blaze within you. Oh, so like me remembering this attracts predators? That's interesting. I don't get it. But I guess we're gonna head to the mirror. And we're gonna leave. The border of this mirror is lavishly decorated with a dizzying number of interlocked symbols, daggers, masks, paintbrushes, amulets, and more. But that's nothing compared to what you see in the glass. You see a vast crowd of people, exact doppelgangers of you, shoving, arguing with, and fighting each other. Most are drab imitations of you, but a precious few are vivid and pull at your attention. Each of them bears an intricate pentagonal tattoo on their head. In their eyes, their actions, you see the memories you discovered within the orbs and the choices you made shining like distant stars. Your hand twitches at your side, and though some of the bright doppelgangers ignore you, an even smaller number immediately turn to you, waiting for you to choose them and learn what you might become. A rumble shakes the room and a slow vibration spreads from the darkness below, rippling towards the ceiling. Interesting. Point of the doppelganger with clever eyes. Intelligent doppelganger with a furrowed brow. The doppelganger with the mystical symbol on its brow. Or step away from the mirror. Clever eyes appeals to me immediately. I want to know what happens if I step away from the mirror. Anything? Can I do something else? Whoa, okay, that's how I can see it. I'm the last cast off. Huh, what's the last cast off? I mean, obviously you probably figure that out as you play the game, but like, I'm just interested. Sorry, messing with all the buttons. Okay. Who might I become? Let's be clever. The doppelganger makes its way over to you. It's about to speak when a thuggish figure charges out of the crowd and shakes his knife in the doppelganger's face. Speaking in your voice, the doppelganger raises a calming hand, appealing to the thug's better nature. With a combination of disarming wit and outright lies. Scowling, the thug lowers his knife and apologizes to the doppelganger for the trouble. The doppelganger turns to you, waiting for your decision. Yes, that is who I am. I want to consider the other choices. Hold up, I get like a little example? Okay, the one I'm most excited about is intelligence, so let's run the mystical symbol next. The doppelganger shoulders its way through the crowd, casually donning an 8-fingered glove. What the heck is an 8-fingered glove? Then it digs its fingers into the glass between you. With a grunt, it tears a hole in the surface shaped like a pointed ear. Carefully, the doppelganger speaks an unfamiliar word into the ear, and the ground itself seems to turn as if you were standing inside the door the doppelganger has just opened. When you look around, the hole has disappeared and nothing has changed. Or has it? The doppelganger plucks the 8-fingered glove from its hands and waits for... What the frackadoo just happened? Dude, I need a drink while I consider what just happened. Like, are you for real right now? I have nothing to drink either. I have literally nothing. A real disappointment, I gotta be honest. Man. Okay. I want to consider the other choices. Okay, I have no idea. Point at the intelligent doppelganger. The doppelganger holds itself erect among the pressing crowd. Good choice of words. It meets your eyes with a confident gaze, triggering familiar memories in the back of your mind. When you return from your contemplation, the doppelganger is waiting for your decision with a knowing smile. Interesting. That's all it does, huh? The other one's giving me like a story, but this one is saying like, this is who you were. You were intelligent. Interesting. Yeah. The remaining doppelgangers scatter for the edges of the mirror and vanish. Your chosen identity steps forward. Its appearance changes as it steps out of the rippling glass. Its face exudes intelligence and confidence. Shadows of several devices shimmer all around it, technology of several kinds from a myriad of past ages. You get the feeling you, would be comfortable with all of it. The word nano sounds in your mind. Gained descriptor, intelligent. Your doppelganger continues walking, stepping into you, filling you, making you whole. Your decision rings out into the cavernous room, awakening and unlocking vast mechanisms behind the walls. Suddenly, a grotesque noise rings through your shared worlds, like a bell if bells could rot. Something is coming. The mirror fades, leaving a dark, open doorway. You take a deep breath and go through. Your choices and the memories and the mirror have begun to build your character, but now you have the opportunity to decide on a number of details. First, you can decide to change your type. Type defines the abilities and skills you'll be able to acquire as you advance. Dude. Awesome. So there's glaive. Glaives are elite warriors using weapons and armor. Scouts, guardians, warlords, and soldiers. Most glaives either have high might and use the heaviest armor, or high speed and stick with light or ranged weapons. Interesting. Jacks are intrepid explorers and adventurers. They are jacks of all trades, hence the name, although the word also harkens back to fables involving jacks are the best when they combine weapons, armor, esoteries, ciphers, and a clever tongue. They are treasure hunters, grifters, skalds, rogues, and experts in a variety of fields. That sounds like way more fun to me. What's a nano? Nanos are sometimes called mages, wizards, sorcerers, or witches. By the people of the ninth world. We're on the ninth world? Dude, this is awesome. What is this? Whatever they're called, nanos master the mysteries of the past to the degree that they seem to perform miracles using esoteries, spell-like invocations that combine gestures, command words, and psychic disciplines. They tap into nanospirits, numinous particles that suffuse the landscape to alter reality or learn things that they couldn't otherwise know. That actually sounds pretty cool. And then I have these 3 skills. Can I, like, change them? Oh no, it's just different ones. Okay, so I get a concentration increase. I get my cipher limit increased, whatever that means, and onslaught. Choose a damage type, deal 5 damage of that type, and confer a minor additional effect based on the choice. That sounds cool. Increased intellect, plus 2 points to distribute to any pool, plus 5 health after each. Okay, this all sounds great. What's anamnesis? Plus 15% bonus per level on difficult tasks marked with this skill. Inability confers a minus 15% penalty. The last cast-off can access the memories of previous consciousnesses. The skill represents your focus and acumen when attempting to recall those experiences. Interesting. Medium weapons and heavy weapons. Okay, I think it all sounds great, I guess. Stat pools are the resources you use to apply effort or activate abilities. You can distribute points as you see fit. Glaives tend to favor might and or speed, while nanos favor intellect. Jacks usually benefit from a balanced set of points. I mean, we already have 9 intellect. How high can it go? I mean, at least can go to 11. You know what? Let's stop at 10 and let's give me an extra something else. Speed represents the character's dexterity and reaction times. Every 2 points in speed also increases evasion by 5%. Also increases health by 1. Ooh, well. I don't know what that was. Beautiful, I suppose. I mean, I'm really tempted to take up my might just a smidge. Let's do might just a smidge because I can. Abilities unlocked by your type can be active actions, such as attacks or spell-like esoteries, or unique passive effects. Okay. So, the surface thoughts of most people or creatures you speak with appear in conversations. That sounds awesome. Gain +1 training level in cipher use skill. Allows you to carry additional ciphers. Adaption. Gain protected, +2 armor, +1 resilience. Armor bonus, +2 per tier. Resistance bonus, +1 per tier. Active for 3 rounds. Takes my action. Innervate. Removes all negative fetals. I don't even know what that word means. Excludes flanked and lasting damage. Heals 6 points of health. 5 uses per day. Uses an action. Quantum steps. Teleport 1 ally to a point within range. Consumes movement. I mean, immediately, if you asked me in real life, like, which one of these things would I take? Although, I gotta be honest, Innervate, I would take in real life. Dude, if you gave me the ability to heal myself 5 times per day, like that, or someone else, like that would be like the most incredible thing that I've ever heard in my entire life. And I would take that in real life. For sure, 100%. But this isn't real life, so I want Scan Thoughts because that's awesome. It's like the coolest thing you've ever heard. And then I want Quantum Step because in real life, dude, in real life, I would have to sit down and really think which of these 3 I would take. And I feel like I would have to take Innervate because a heal would be incredible. And in real life, I would have to decide between Scan Thoughts and a Teleport. I don't care how far it is, a 30-foot teleport is an incredible ability. Especially if it kills your momentum. Although that might get weird if you were in space. Don't know how that would work. So maybe it wouldn't be as good as you'd want it to be. Scan Thoughts would be incredible for just like surviving in the world. It'd be amazing. Anyway, I apologize. We're gonna take Scan Thoughts and you know what, screw it, give me Innervate. And let's continue, please. Oh, sorry, wrong button. God, I'm still thinking about it. In real life, would I take the teleport? Imagine you got trapped somewhere and you could see safety. You could just teleport to safety. Like, there's so many cases where that would be so useful. Most skills increase your chances of success on specific kinds of actions and tasks, but some give other passive bonuses. Each skill starts at ... empty dot, novice level and can be increased to 1 trained and 2 specialized. Oh, I get it. Granting greater bonuses at each level. Descriptors often leave some skills at the inability level, meaning they inflict penalties. When upgraded, these return to novice. Interesting. Choose an exploration skill. Academic knowledge of sciences that are not exactly physical or natural, including strange or trans-dimensional creatures. That sounds amazing. Machines and mechanics or natural science of, dude, give me things that are like, don't make any sense. 100%. Only glaives receive training in weapon skills. Understood? Although you chose your descriptor from among the many doppelgangers in the mirror, you now have the chance to view the specific bonuses and penalties it grants. You can also examine the effects of other descriptors and choose a new one if you wish. There are so many descriptors. Okay, so I lost out on concentration. I don't even know what concentration is. I'm -1 in the concentration skill? What is... +2 intellect pool, +1 training level, and amnesia skill. Okay, so let's go and check out the other ones and see what they are. It just took my points away, didn't it? You're quick to anger and have the power to back that anger up. Okay. Again, you lose concentration. You lose stealth. You get smashing, intimidation, and heavy weapons. armor, resilience, training level, and endurance skill. Lose evasion. Increase speed pool. +1 training level and running skill. Lose stealth. This is cool, dude. Like, let you build, but I already kind of chose. What's the difference? Whoa, 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 whoa. So I can have either the +2 points, or I can go to +1 point. And then get free training in natural lore, free training in machinery lore, and a free level in the healing skill. Loss of persuasion, loss in deception. Interesting. Interesting. No, we'll just go with intelligent. I liked where we were, and we will continue, I am sure. Dude, this game seems super cool. What's gonna come next? The Spectre. Everything about this spectral figure seems dreamlike. He is a hazy silhouette who seems to be made of blue glass smoke. He wears stylish, well-cut clothes. His handsome, bearded face seems hauntingly familiar, though you've never seen him before. He breathes a sigh of relief when he sees you. We weren't sure that would work. We pulled our strength and channeled it through me to reach you, to wake you up. He glances at the other figures here and frowns unhappily. It took more out of them than we thought. The other reflections. They're more like shadows now. Look, I'll bet you've got a lot of questions. This whole place is basically your mind. Your body's still out there in the real world, healing from that fall. You need to get out there and finish the process. He shrugs. It shouldn't be too hard. Before I met you, I felt like something was hunting me. Do you know what it was? You said I had to finish the process. What do you mean by that? Who are those? You know what? Let's start here. He closes his eyes. That's a memory I don't want to recall. Large, black, furious. It's our death. It's the sorrow. He closes his eyes. I hope it's lost interest in you. If it finds us, we're done for. That doesn't sound good. If this place is my mind, why don't I remember any of this? Any of you? It's your mind. A construct built to, I don't know, share thoughts, store your true self. Called it! Called it! It's my phylactery! Wait, you know how people say, in the first place? This is definitely the first place of your memory. Well, it was the first place for me, anyway. You'd probably know better, since it's yours. If you don't remember now, maybe it'll come to you later. Okay. You said I had to finish the process. What do you mean by that? After you wake up from this dream state and attune to the tides, you'll need to find something called a resonance chamber. Your body should have landed somewhere near it. Just climb inside that, and everything will be fine. What do you mean, attune to the tides? Tides are like a force, like a gravity, or magnetism, or something. Except they respond to people's actions and perceptions. Your body, that is, your body in the real world, needs the tides to survive. It's not something you need to worry about. Your body will attune as it wakes up. Who are those people? You called them reflections? That's what they are. As I said, it's your mind. You'll find reflections of people you knew, people you met in the real world, and with whom you shared some kind of psychic connection. I don't know how or why, it just happens. Who are you? He pauses and looks down at himself, considering a long time before answering. I'm you. I'm a part of your mind, a splinter. I was waiting here for you. We called you with the memories of the others who are here. I don't know what happens next. How do you know all this? He throws up his hand in frustration. I'm just part of you. I look at you and I know this place was made for you, for us, and I remember pieces of knowledge that come to me when you ask your questions, but that's all. What's a resonance chamber? I remember pieces about it, but not the whole. It's a crystal sarcophagus. I remember it having 5 mechanical arms around it and a metal ring set in the floor. I think we were aiming for it when we fell. When you open your eyes in the real world, it should be nearby. How do I get back to the real world? There's a portal down there. It'll take you back to your body. Just step through it and the whole tides thing should take care of itself. He crosses his arms. When you wake up, find the resonance chamber and activate it. Then we can... What in the hell's that? It seems bad. My phylactery's compromised. Run. Run from the sorrow. Run from the sorrow. The sorrow is anchored to those reflections. It's devouring their power. We have to get rid of them. Destroy its anchors, or else the sorrow will erase us forever. Oh, that seems sad. Crisis initiated. A crisis begins when you enter into a dangerous situation. Crises are turn-based encounters where you can fight, sneak, manipulate the environment, or talk your way out of trouble. Each turn, you can take one action to attack or activate an ability. You can also make one move. The reflection near you, kill it. You'll loosen the sorrow's anchor. Tutorial. Use left stick to move the reticle at the center of the screen, then A to move the position or attack. Try to move to a position or to attack. Try selecting the highlighted character now. But I don't want to. But I don't want to. Fine. Effort can be applied to attacks to increase your chance to hit. As with other tasks, each level of effort increases your chances by 20% at the cost of 1 point from a stat pool. Unarmed attacks use speed, but other weapons and abilities may use might or intellect instead. Okay. Well, shnikes. Base attack, damage 1. Oh, this increases my damage like a lot. I don't want to do it though. Dude, it feels bad. Destroy it! Ah, yeah! Well, that seems bad. It's escaping. It's gonna hide inside your mind. That seems bad. You can sacrifice your action for the turn to double move instead of attacking. The movement preview on the turn's purple when it requires a double move. No! It moved me a little bit easier than I thought it would. Another sorrow fragment is fleeing into my mind. Seems bad. Sorrow seems to know that I'm gonna get it out of here. When you apply effort to an attack, it also increases the damage you deal. Different weapons and abilities gain different amounts of bonus damage from effort. Okay, so if I even hit with 1 bonus, it's a kill. I didn't look at the health bar last time. Let's do it. Critical hit, baby! I feel bad for killing off all these shadows, but maybe that means I'll get to re-meet these people. What is it doing now? It's infecting. Fettles are temporary conditions or status effects that can improve or reduce a character's stats. The sorrow has just placed a fettle on the remaining reflection. You can't remove this fettle, but you may find a way to overcome it. I can. Well, but what's a fettle? Okay, but what if I don't want to attack? Left trigger. Abilities. Oh, dude, I could have done magic this whole time instead of been like wasting my points. Let's innervate. The reflection. But it's not an ally, but I want to heal it. It didn't do it to me, right? No. Okay, well then I guess let's use our ability for once, though. Onslaught. Oh, dude. I want to use trans-dimensional damage. I mean, if it even just hits, it's just dead. Oh my god, I use my intellect to cast my abilities. I did not understand how this works. I really should have put all my points into intellect. Let's go ahead and fire! I'll get nuked. You've already used your action this turn, and you will need to wait until the next turn to deal with another reflection. You can move somewhere. Oh, it's already done. You pried it loose. That thing is a cancer, an infection. It's unstoppable, but you stopped it. He holds his head in his hands. I can't believe it found us, and here. He looks at you, terror in his eyes. That thing, the sorrow. It's been hunting you. It's what killed you in the first place. It'll keep hunting you. Activate the resonance chamber. I didn't remember until I saw it, but that's why the chamber is so important. You have to get back and activate the chamber before it's too late. The portal to your body is that shimmering dome there. Go now. Okay, let's go. Yeah, oh, loot, loot! Shimmering glass cipher. Deals 13 physical damage and refills all user stat pools. What? It's a fragment of the mirror that sorrow shattered in the calm. It holds a reflection of you, frozen in time and surrounded by a corona of multicolored injuries. Does this get, like, consumed on use? Because that's amazing. Take all? Is there any more loot? Oh, but Spectre, do you want to talk anymore? What is the sorrow? That thing that was here, that enormous shadow, that was just the smallest piece of it. You felt it, you saw it. It is our death. I don't know anything more than that. All right, I'm gone. Weird, dude. What on earth is going on in this game? What?
Where did he fall from? His body smashed to talc. It's a wonder he's still breathing.
All I saw was a corona, not his origin point. But look, he's healing already. Spontaneous regeneration.
Will you look at... Wait, I know that face. Ugh, what was that? What did you do, Callistage? His tone has become accusatory, suspicious. You open your eyes. The first thing you notice is this man's kaleidoscope of tattoos writhing across his forearms. He wears a long, dark coat, belted at the waist, supplies filling his pockets. His boots are worn and stained with years of travel. Weird. Now, this game is awesome. This game is straight up awesome. This is so cool and it's so interesting and like, it just feels like it's gonna get crazier and crazier as it goes. My only complaint, I wish it was fully voice acted. God, do I wish it was fully voice acted. Maybe one day though, they'll do an awesome remaster where it is fully voice acted and that would be the coolest. This has been so much fun. I've been having an absolute blast. Go check out Torment Tides of Numenera. This game seems amazing. I might continue playing this. You know, it takes a lot for an RPG where I have to like really read a lot to like really pull me in. This seems incredible. Why are there no more games in this universe? This seems amazing. I don't know. Anyway, I'll check out more as time progresses, but this is so cool. Go give it some love. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been an absolute pleasure. Put some good out in the world, and I hope some good comes back to you, and I cannot wait to see you in the next one. Till then, bye-bye.